beating Minecraft on the hardest seed. When I first saw this video, I thought the seed was insane, so I tried to speedrun it. And spoiler alert, it's not impossible, and it's actually pretty fun. So we spawned in on this island without any trees, and before we really get into the run, the video I got the seed from was by NiftySmith. His links will be in the description. I kept running towards these dandelions so I can make suspicious stew later in the run, which is going to be our main food source. We have a few options here, but I decided to go with dolphins nearby, and we hop in the water and try to get Dolphin's Grace. Once I get Dolphin's Grace here, we need to start heading towards a shipwreck. Now, there's 2 shipwrecks on the other side of the island, but they're pretty trash shipwrecks. Like, they have like no iron or really anything that we need. Anyways, I start diving in for the shipwreck over here. This shipwreck has iron and gold that we need. Exactly 8 iron and 4 gold. We don't need the extra iron. I don't even think we need all the iron that we grabbed. We leave the shipwreck, and I'm about to take some drowning damage here, which I actually do. But I get some air quick, so we didn't take too many hearts. Next, we're heading towards this ruined portal in the distance, and while we're swimming over there, consider subscribing and liking it. It really helps me out, and I'd appreciate it. The seed took hundreds of attempts, so it would mean a lot. At the ruined portal, I loot the chest, and this chest has some goodies in it. It has 2 obsidian, which means we can finish the portal, fire charge, we can ignite the portal, a looting 2 sword, and a gold axe. I don't remember what's on the gold axe, but it's a gold axe. It'll mine wood. Nifty ended up going to a different island than I did. We both went different directions from spawn, and that's the reason why he has 1 tree and mine's a forest. So I started grabbing wood, and before I would actually chop down like 5 or 6 trees on this island, but instead I made the change to where I'd only chop about 2. I start crafting, and here's where the change comes in. Instead of chopping down all the trees, I make shears so I can go shear some leaves, I don't know, break some leaves and get leaf blocks instead. And additionally, I can shear the sheep and get wool. So it's like a wombo combo. I actually had issues with not having enough beds late game. I'd have like 2 or 3 beds when entering the end, and I'm not good at one cycling, so that's an absolute train wreck. I craft a boat and bowls for later, and I break my crafting bench. We get in the boat, and we start heading towards the ruined portal to enter the Nether. In Nifty's run, he ended up entering the Nether under a roof forest while I'm entering in the middle of the ocean, which led to us having different Nether entry locations. I snag my boat. We're going to need that later. At the ruined portal, I placed the final 2 obsidian, grabbed the gold block, and we entered the Nether. Right around 2:30. In the Nether, we immediately head out of the basalt biome and head towards the Nether waste. In the Nether, our first objective is actually to secure food, since a fortress and Bastion are cool, but if you don't have food, you're gonna die. So we're climbing up this hill to grab brown mushrooms. And there they are. Next, we're in this mini ravine, so I have to stack out of it. We just got some leaves stacking out here. Clean, I know. Once out, we have to continue climbing, and this is for the red mushrooms, so we can make suspicious stew. I climb up a few more blocks, and I grab some red mushrooms. I was gonna make a Mario joke here, but I'll save you from it. After grabbing the red mushrooms, we have to head back down, and we're right next to the fortress, so this is a very, very short trip over. I place my boat, and we're going to sail over to the fortress. I hop out of the boat mid-flight, and kind of miss a clutch, but kind of hit it, and we're in the fortress. Since we have looting 2, I use an axe first, then the sword. I killed the first blaze, and we get 2 rods from it, and I began crafting everything I needed to craft, which is 3 gold pickaxes and 4 suspicious stews to last the entire run. Ignore my terrible crafting. We get another wave of blaze spawns while I'm crafting, and I eat a suspicious stew. I break out some mad jukes before actually getting hit by fire, and this is because I was scroll wheeling instead of hotkeying. I kill the remaining blazes, realize I have 6 rods, which is enough, and I leave. I didn't even need 6 rods, I just needed 5, but it works. I eat the golden apple so we can regen our health, so if I fall, we'll die, and I began mining out of the ravine. Now, I tried stacking out of the ravine, and stacking out's just a little bit faster, but mining I get blocks, which I need blocks, so it's better overall. Tiny bridge. I'm pretty sure that was a different fortress than the one Nifty found in his run. His one seemed to be a lot more open, in contrast to mine being closed in. Now we're heading back to the basalt biome, and we're heading towards a bastion. But first, we need to do some parkour and actually make it there alive. And the bastion he found is completely different than the one that we find. So while I'm hopping through this basalt biome with my leaves, if you have a seed or challenge that you think I should try out, comment it down below. Recently, I tried to beat Minecraft with only wooden tools, and it was something alright, live here on YouTube. Anyways, back to the run. At this point, I was getting pretty nervous, so I was trying to play it somewhat safe, and I do a little bit of a speed bridge right here. A little bit of a speed bridge. Pretty proud of it, if I'm being honest. And we continue running to the Bastion. In the distance, you can see the Bastion. We're almost there. This Bastion is a stables Bastion. We're only going to use the upper section of it, though. I start stacking up, and we are going to our first gold position where we're going to trade with piglins. I barely hit the clutch. Well, I missed it and then kind of hit a second one, luckily, but we survived. I see the gold, I make the pit, and I throw the gold in, and we begin trading. There are 4 gold blocks in this little section, and I ended up mining the rest of them. While grabbing the gold blocks, I get hit, and that kind of freaked me out. I inventory check and see I've only had 1 stew so far, so I decide to have another one. Normally, I've had like 3 stews by now. And then I realized that I need to go loot the rest of the Bastion, that this is definitely not going to be enough. So I headed out of our little corner to go loot the rest of the Bastion. I hit a few clutches outside, we go around, and I need to loot this chest right here, so I'm trying to block it off, but then I decide to go under. Usually there wouldn't be a lot of piglin around, so I just open the chest. The chest has obsidian that we need and string, but also some gold armor. Nice. Next, I stack back up, and we're going to do the same gold thing that we did just like a minute ago. So I start mining the gold. Inventory looking a little messy. So I throw the first gold block in, and I begin mining the rest of the gold. And I'm also waiting for the pigs to show up. I turn around, and there's literally no pigs. So I grab my gold, and I stack up to loot the upper chest of the Bastion. This chest containing obsidian, crying obsidian, and string that we really needed. We even get a gold block. Nice. And I head back to the initial pigs because all those pigs are still there, and it would be faster just to trade with them. So I realize here that we only have 4 pearls, but we have everything else that we need. The 4 pearls is the only issue, so I try to dig down and see if we can get pearls. None. We still have 4. A bit of an issue. So while I'm waiting, I'm trying to reorganize my inventory and see what I need and don't need. But I expect to get the rest of my pearls, and here I get them. We have 12 pearls. I realize that that's really all we need, and I head out. I go out through this lower entry. I don't even know what this is, but it works. I stack up here, and then we go through the upper Bastion, and we go to the Soul Sand Valley. I probably should have just looted the chest here, but oh well. So I start running with our Soul Speed 3, and I get shot right in the face, but I take no damage. Okay. After not having to do Edge of Soul Sand, I toss a pearl, and when it lands, I eat some suspicious stew, and then I go to start building the portal, which I'm pretty slow about. I just haven't gotten this down, really. Like, I understand, like, the form, but I struggle deeply. I ignite the portal, and we are heading back to the Overworld a bit under 8 minutes. In the Overworld, we're above an ocean, which is different than the dream run I did earlier, but I know exactly where we're going. We began swimming, and there's the stronghold right there. Ocean exposed. I hear a silverfish go off, meaning the portal room's there. I already knew the portal room was there, though. The whole creeper squad pulled up to the party. I place a block in the middle of the portal. I craft my eyes, which I was kind of careful about because I didn't want to craft all my pearls in the eyes because we could save one for the end. Now, in the end, you have the decision of throwing the pearl first to get to the middle quicker, or you can keep the pearl. I'm pretty sure throwing it first is the better way to do it, but I kept it because I always miss the perch if I don't have a pearl. So I just kept it and ran towards the middle fountain to set up the obsidian, which I did right here. This is so that one cycling is easier later. I throw out my sword and I craft another crafting bench, even though I already had one to craft beds with. Yeah, I was a bit nervous. This time I luckily got 6 beds, which I was surprised about. Normally I would show up with like 2 or 3, which is kind of game over. I ended up backing up a bit since we're a bit close to mid and I should probably be further out. I see the dragon's not perching yet, so I back up more. The dragon's kind of hanging out around me and I begin eating stew and the dragon spits. You know, that's kind of disrespectful, if I'm being honest. I'm getting nervous at this point because I think this could be a sub 10, but I'm not sure. The dragon kind of turns around, goes back, and we get an instant turnaround. I throw a pearl in. I see it went left. We go left, and I get my beds ready. 1 bed, 2 bed, 3 bed, and a 4th bed. For a 4 bed. I drink the potion in celebration as we look at the dragon. And time. 9:52:36. Sub 10, baby. Again, to clarify, I practiced the seed hundreds of times before I even got this run. This was set seed. I knew where to go going into it.